Hi, this is Keith Bryant for Global SMT and Packaging Magazine at Semicon, India. And I'm here with Avian, who's the Senior Vice President of ASMPT. He has 34 years with them, so seen a lot of changes, and we're going to talk about how the show's been and what their offerings are for semi and how they think everything's going to work in India. So, let's set the tone, sir. Over to you.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting to be in the Semicon India. And actually, I'm very surprised that the show is such a big one, and gives the feeling that the Indian market is really striving to bring up the semicon industry for the longer term. And as I was also told that the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, was here 2 days ago. So I think it's an endorsement of the intention to build the semicon industry in India, but not just for the domestic market, but for the international market.
Yeah, their view is definitely to build a strong foundation, start gearing everything up, and then ultimately become a global player. So.
Yeah, and I've been communicating, engaging with customers. Their plans is not to build the conventional IC packages. They're also looking at the premium product, the advanced packaging, the very advanced packaging for BGA, QFN, QFP, for the not just for the consumer computer end application, but also for the electric vehicle. So I think it's really very encouraging to learn from the customers that the plans is beyond what most people might have thought at the very beginning.
Yeah, that's very interesting to hear. That's the first time I've heard this at the show, because myself, like everyone, was expecting they were going to start with the easier stuff and then start rolling forward. But they're going to jump right in at pretty much state-of-the-art stuff and be flying very quickly.
Yeah, and I think when I walk around the showground myself these 2 days, I can see the presence of international company, and so it gives me a feeling that the market players, who are the leading players, are actually supporting the building of the infrastructure for semicon industry here. So I think the initial impression is that it's very encouraging, not just for the country itself, but for the growth of the country when they provide the services to the rest of the world.
Yeah, the one thing that I really enjoy about the marketing coming to these events in India, from 10 years ago when they started Make in India, there's a huge enthusiasm. The Prime Minister himself seems to be driving everything. And everyone is getting behind them, whether it's people who are investing, people who are opening new factories. Now people are starting to build equipment here. We've got material suppliers moving in to supply Indian product for the Indian market. And I think it's a really strong foundation for the semiconductor industry. So where do you see ASMPT being able to support this going forwards?
Yeah, I think you can see from the exhibition booth that we have over here, we are displaying the latest state-of-the-art equipment that we have, primarily the die bonder, which is very high accuracy, and also the wire bonder. So these two pieces of equipment are two of the most important equipment in the packaging area. And that's why we display here, and we already start to sell some of these machines to some of the early market leaders that established their assembly house here. And because of the support from the government, as you mentioned just now, in fact, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, came to Singapore to visit our Prime Minister, to have collaboration, discussion about how the two countries can work together to grow and help each other in terms of growing the semiconductor industry in this part of the world. And we just signed an MOU and a press release with Tata, which is a conglomerate in India, that we are going to partner together and help to build the semiconductor infrastructure in terms of not just the equipment, but how we can provide the expertise in terms of packaging, the process knowledge, and then work and train up the local team here in India for the benefit not just Tata, but also for the rest of the other market players who are slowly coming into this part of the world to establish the semiconductor industry.
Wow, so it sounds like you're already established in the heart of the growth that's happening for India. So I will say congratulations.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the success for the future.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing with us this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for the conversation. Thank you.
No problem. That's Keith Bryant for Global SMT and Packaging, signing off from the ASMPT booth.